The letter arrived in a shipment of stolen mail. Kang Dae-jung didn't read junk. He burned it. But something made him pause. Childish handwriting, crayon drawings of stick figures. Dear Santa, please send me a dad. Mine left. Mom cries every night. I promise I'll be good. 8 words written in messy letters at the bottom stopped his heart. P.S. I'm not asking for toys. By morning, the most feared Korean Mafia boss in Chicago would be standing outside a rundown apartment with groceries in his hands and a decision that would change everything. What began as curiosity became something he never saw coming. Dae-jung stared at the letter on his desk. His office was silent except for the hum of the city 30 floors below. Chicago's skyline glittered through floor-to-ceiling windows. He should be reviewing shipment routes, planning his next move against the Russians. Instead, he read a 7-year-old's letter to Santa. Dear Santa, please send me a dad. Mine left when I was 5. Mom cries every night when she thinks I'm asleep. She works 2 jobs, but we still don't have enough food. I promise I'll be good. I'll clean my room. I'll help with dishes. I just want Mom to stop crying. P.S. I'm not asking for toys. Below the words was a crayon drawing. 3 stick figures holding hands, hearts floating above their heads. The child had signed it. Love, Amara Washington, age 7, Chicago, IL. Dae-jung set the letter down. His jaw tightened. He'd seen terrible things in his 34 years. Violence, betrayal, death. He'd ordered men killed. Nothing touched him anymore. This letter shouldn't matter. It did. Boss? His lieutenant, Yoon Tae-il, appeared in the doorway. The Newark shipment is delayed. Find this address. Dae-jung handed him the letter. Tae-il's eyebrows rose. A child's letter. Now. Tae-il disappeared. Dae-jung walked to the window. Snow fell over Chicago. December 21st. 4 days until Christmas. The city sparkled with lights and families celebrating. He'd spent the last 10 Christmases alone. His phone buzzed. Tae-il. Address found. South Side. Rough neighborhood. Want me to send security? Dae-jung typed back, I'll go myself. 20 minutes later, his black Mercedes pulled up outside a crumbling apartment building. Graffiti covered the walls. Broken glass littered the sidewalk. Men loitered on the corner watching his expensive car. One approached. Nice car. You lost? Dae-jung's gaze was cold. Move. Something in his eyes made the man step back. He entered the building. The elevator was broken. He took the stairs to the 3rd floor, apartment 3C. He knocked. Footsteps. A woman's voice, cautious. Who is it? Delivery. I didn't order anything. A child's voice inside. Maybe it's Santa, Mama. The door opened a crack. A chain lock held it in place. A woman appeared in the gap, mid-20s, exhausted, beautiful despite the dark circles under her eyes. Simone Washington. I don't know you, she said. Your daughter wrote a letter. Dae-jung held it up. It ended up with me. Simone's eyes widened. How did you get that? Long story, may I come in? No, I don't let strangers into my home. Smart woman. A small face appeared beside her leg. Big brown eyes. Hair in 2 puffs tied with worn ribbons. Amara. Something twisted in Dae-jung's chest. Are you Santa? Amara asked. I'm not Santa, he said gently. But I got your letter. Really? Did you bring my dad? The question hit like a bullet. Dae-jung's throat tightened. Amara, go to your room, Simone said quietly. But Mama, now, baby. Amara's footsteps faded down the hallway. Simone turned back to Dae-jung. Who are you, really? My name is Kang Dae-jung. I'm a businessman. Your daughter's letter ended up in one of my shipments. When I read it, I couldn't throw it away. Why? What do you want? Your daughter asked Santa for a father. That letter found its way to me. I don't believe in coincidences. And I don't believe in fairy tales. Simone started to close the door. Thank you for returning the letter. Goodbye. Wait. She paused. Dae-jung pulled an envelope from his coat. Thick. Heavy. What's that? Simone asked. Money. Enough to get through Christmas. Buy your daughter gifts. Pay rent. Buy food. Simone stared at the envelope. Her hand trembled. For a moment he saw how badly she wanted to take it. Then she shook her head. I don't take money from strangers. Consider it a gift. For your daughter. Why would you give a stranger money? Your daughter's letter reminded me that some people still believe in miracles. I want to be one. Simone studied him, then slowly took the envelope. If you come back expecting anything, she said quietly, I have a gun. I won't. He turned to leave. Wait. Simone's voice stopped him. What's your name again? Kang De-jung. Thank you, Mr. Kang. He walked down the stairs. Behind him he heard Amara's muffled voice. Mama, was that my dad? De-jung stood frozen. That question echoed in his mind. He drove back to his penthouse, poured whiskey, stood at his window overlooking the city. Somewhere out there, a 7-year-old girl was opening an envelope full of cash. Her mother was probably crying. From relief this time. He told himself he'd done his good deed. That was enough. It wasn't enough. That letter sat on his desk. Those crayon drawings. That desperate hope. Dear Santa, please send me a dad. What the hell was he doing? 3 days passed. Dae-jung told himself to forget them. He had businesses to run, territories to protect. The Russians were getting aggressive, but every night he drove past that building, never stopped, just drove by. Saw the lights in apartment 3C. On the 4th day, Christmas Eve, Tae-il cornered him. Boss, what's going on? Nothing. You've been distracted for 3 days, you missed important meetings, you keep staring at that letter. Tae-il sat down. Is this about the kid? It's Christmas Eve. Go home. You're my family, boss. We've been together 12 years, talk to me. Dae-jung finally looked at him. A child wrote a letter asking Santa for a father. It ended up with me. I gave them money. That should have been the end. But it's not. No. What do you want to do? Dae-jung walked to the window. I want to check on them. Make sure they're okay. Then do it. I'm not a good man, Tae-il. I know what you've done. That doesn't make you unworthy of happiness. Tae-il stood. That little girl saw something in you. Maybe you should see it too. Dae-jung grabbed his coat. I'm going to buy Christmas gifts. Tae-il smiled. Need help? No. Thank you. Dae-jung drove to a toy store. He'd never been inside one. Everything was overwhelming. Bright. Noisy. A saleswoman approached. Can I help you? I need gifts for a 7-year-old girl. Your daughter. The word punched through him. A friend's child. What does she like? She likes drawing. She wrote me a letter with crayon drawings. The woman's expression softened. Follow me. She showed him art supplies, easels, paint sets, sketchbooks, professional colored pencils. Dae-jung bought everything, didn't ask prices. Then a clothing store, winter coats, boots, gloves, scarves. Then a grocery store, real food, fresh vegetables, meat, rice, fruit. His trunk was packed when he drove to the south side. 6 p.m. on Christmas Eve. Families were inside celebrating. Dae-jung parked outside the building, grabbed the bags, took the stairs. At 3C, he hesitated. This was insane. But that letter, that child's hope. He knocked. The door opened. Simone stood there. Her eyes widened when she saw the bags. Mr. Kang, I brought Christmas gifts. We can't accept. Please, it's Christmas Eve. Let me give her something to be excited about. Simone stared at him. Something shifted in her expression. Why do you care so much? Because no child should ask Santa for a father and get nothing. Her eyes glistened. She stepped back. Come in. The apartment looked different. A tiny tree sat in the corner. Handmade decorations covered the walls. Amara, Simone called. We have a visitor. Small footsteps thundered. Amara appeared in a faded princess nightgown. She saw Dae-jung and froze. You came back. I did. Are you Santa? Despite everything, Dae-jung smiled. No, but Santa asked me to deliver these. Amara's eyes went huge. She looked at her mother. Simone nodded. Amara ran forward, peered inside a bag and gasped. Mama, it's an art set and paints and... She pulled out a sketchbook. Look how big it is. Simone's hand covered her mouth. Tears streamed down her face. Dae-jung pulled out more gifts. Dolls, books, games, the coat, boots. Amara tried on the coat. It fit perfectly. She spun in a circle. I look like a princess. You are a princess, Simone said through tears. Amara ran to Daejung and hugged his legs. He froze. Slowly, carefully, he patted her head. "Thank you," Amara said. "This is the best Christmas ever." Something broke inside Daejung's chest. "You're welcome." Amara looked up at him. "Will you stay for dinner? Mama made soup, please. Nobody should be alone on Christmas Eve." Daejung looked at Simone. She seemed surprised. "If it's not an imposition," he said. Simone wiped her eyes. "You're welcome to stay." That was how Kang Daejung found himself eating simple vegetable soup with a single mother and her daughter on Christmas Eve. Amara talked constantly about school, her friends, her drawings. "Mr. Kang, that's a long name. Can I call you DJ?" He'd been called many things, never something so innocent. "I like it," he said. After dinner, Amara showed him every drawing she'd made. He looked carefully, praised her talent. She glowed under his attention. At 7, Simone announced bedtime. "Can DJ read me a story?" Amara asked. Simone hesitated, then nodded. "One story." Amara dragged him to her tiny bedroom, climbed into bed, handed him a book. Dae-young sat on the edge of her bed. Read slowly. Made voices for characters. Amara giggled. "You're good at this." Halfway through, she interrupted. "DJ, are you going to be my dad?" His breath caught. "I don't know. Would you want me to be?" "Yes, you're nice. You make Mama smile. Plus you keep coming back. That's what dads do, right?" Dae-jung's throat tightened. "I'll keep coming back as long as your mother lets me." Promise. He shouldn't promise. He was dangerous, but looking at her face, he couldn't say no. "I promise." Amara smiled and closed her eyes. He finished reading. She fell asleep. He sat watching her breathe. He left the room. Simone waited in the hallway. "She asked if I'm going to be her dad," he said quietly. Simone closed her eyes. "I'm sorry. I told her I'll keep coming back." She looked at him. "Why would you do that? Why us?" "Because with you I remember who I wanted to be before the world made me into something else." She stepped closer. "And who did you want to be?" "Someone worth knowing." "You are worth knowing." Dae-jung's fingers brushed her cheek. "I should go." "Probably." Neither moved. "Can I come back tomorrow for Christmas?" "Do you want to?" "Yes." "Then yes. 2 o'clock." He stepped back. "Thank you for today. It was the best Christmas Eve I've had in 20 years. Thank you for being here." They stood in the doorway, neither wanting to leave. "Good night, Dae-jung." "Good night, Simone." He left, got in his car. His phone buzzed. "Simone. Drive safe." He smiled. "Always." Dae-jung drove home. The city glittered with Christmas lights. For the first time, he wanted that life. Actually wanted it. He parked and took the elevator to his penthouse, poured whiskey, stood at the window. That little girl had written a letter asking for a father. It had found him. His phone rang. Unknown number. He answered. "Yes?" Heavy breathing, then a voice he hadn't heard in months. "Kang Dae-jung, we need to talk." Ice flooded his veins. "Victor Sokolov. How did you get this number? Meet me tomorrow, Pier 47, midnight. Come alone. And if I don't? Then people you care about might get hurt. I hear you've been spending time on the south side, apartment 3C. Interesting new friends." Rage exploded through him. "If you touch them, midnight, Pier 47, don't be late." The line went dead. Dae-jung stared at his phone. They knew about Simone, about Amara. He'd brought his world to their door, exactly what he'd feared. Dae-jung didn't sleep. He spent the night making calls, arranging protection. Tae-il first. "I need surveillance on an address. Best team. 24/7. "What's going on?" "Someone made a threat. I need them protected." "The woman and child?" "Yes." "I'll handle it personally. Someone knows about them, Tae-il. Professional level. I'll have a team there in 20 minutes. After hanging up, Dae-jung made more calls, set up contingencies. If he died tonight, Simone and Amara would have money, safety, a way out. At 6 a.m., he drove to the south side, parked across the street. His surveillance team was already in position. Lights came on at 7. He watched shadows move, normal morning routines. His phone buzzed. "Simone. Good morning, Merry Christmas. Amara woke me up at 6 asking when you'd be here." His heart twisted. "Merry Christmas. Tell her I'm excited too. I'll be there at 2. Everything okay? She could read him through text. Just business, nothing to worry about. Okay. But if something's wrong, you can tell me. Same to you, always. At 1:30 he went shopping again. A proper Christmas dinner, turkey, all the sides, pie. At exactly 2 o'clock, he knocked on 3C. The door flew open. Amara stood there in her red dress. DJ, you came. I promised. Simone appeared. She wore a green dress, looked beautiful. Merry Christmas, she said. Merry Christmas. He held up bags. I brought dinner. They spent hours cooking together. Dae-jung and Simone in the kitchen. Amara drawing at the table. You really don't have to help, Simone said. I want to. Their hands touched. Neither pulled away. Can I ask you something? Simone said. What do you actually do for work? This was it, the moment of truth. I run import and export operations, some legitimate, some in grey areas. I facilitate deals between people who can't deal directly. That's a careful way of saying organized crime. Yes. Simone set down her spoon. Are we in danger because of you? The direct question deserved a direct answer, but he thought of Amara in the next room. No, he lied. I keep my business separate. Nobody knows I've been here. It was the first real lie. It tasted like ash. Simone studied his face. Okay, but if that ever changes, you have to tell me. My daughter's safety matters more than anything. I understand. If there's ever a threat, you'll be the first to know. Second lie. They finished cooking, sat down to eat. The table overflowed with food. Simone said grace. They ate. Amara talked about everything. This is better than when Daddy was here, she said suddenly. Because DJ actually showed up. Simone's fork froze. DJ doesn't have those problems, Amara said. Right? You're not going to leave. I'm not going anywhere, Dae-jung said. Another promise he might not keep. Not unless your mother asks me to. Mama would never. Simone's eyes met his. Fear, hope, desire, caution. Right, she said softly. After dinner, Amara showed him more drawings. At 7, bedtime came. Will DJ read me another story? If he wants to, Simone said. I'd love to. They went through the routine, different book this time, about a girl with a magic paintbrush. Halfway through, Amara interrupted. DJ, are you going to marry Mama? He nearly dropped the book. What? That's what happens in stories. Are you and Mama going to do that? Your mother and I barely know each other. But you like her and she likes you, so not too long, okay? Because I want you to stay forever. You're very wise. I know. He finished the story. She fell asleep. He sat watching her. When he emerged, Simone waited. She asked if I'm going to marry you, he said. Simone's eyes went wide. I'm sorry. Maybe she understands better than we do. What does that mean? It means she sees two people who care about each other and thinks they should be together. Maybe she's right. Dae-jung, we've known each other 5 days. I know. I'm not proposing. I'm just saying she's not wrong about the caring part. You care about me, really? It started because of her. But now it's about you, too. They stood inches apart. I want to kiss you, Dae-jung admitted. Who says I'm not ready? Simone kissed him, soft at first, then deeper. When they broke apart, both were breathless. Wow, Simone whispered. His phone buzzed. 2 texts from Tae-il. Meeting confirmed. Pier 47, midnight. Be careful. Something feels wrong. Dae-jung's blood ran cold. 6 hours until the meeting. Work? Simone asked. Yes. Meeting tonight. On Christmas. Unfortunately. She pulled back. You're lying. What's really going on? This was it. Tell her about Victor, about the threat. But looking at her face, he couldn't ruin this day. Just business, nothing to worry about. Simone searched his eyes. Promise me you'll be careful. I promise. I'll always come back to you. You better, because I think I'm falling for you. I'm terrified too, but sometimes the best things are scary. They kissed again, like goodbye without saying it. When he left, Simone stood in the doorway. Call me when it's done? I will. He walked to his car, looked up at the window. His phone rang. Tae-il. Boss. Suspicious activity. Her car's been circling the block. Russian plates. Keep watching. Don't engage unless they move toward the building. And if they do, stop them, whatever it takes. Dae-jung drove toward the docks, toward Victor, toward possible death. But if dying meant keeping them safe, he'd do it. Pier 47 was exactly as dangerous as expected. The docks were abandoned. Empty warehouses, dark water. Fog rolled in thick. Perfect place for murder. Dae-jung parked, checked his weapons, gun at his hip, ankle, knife in his boot, Kevlar vest under his shirt. He stepped into the cold. Wind cut through his jacket. Snow fell. He walked onto the pier. Footsteps echoed, every sense alert. At the end, a figure waited. He approached carefully, hand near his gun. The figure turned. Viktor Sokolov. Kang, thank you for coming. You threatened people I care about. What do you want? Direct as always. Victor lit a cigarette. You've changed. 5 days ago, you were the cold Korean. No weaknesses. Now you're playing house with a waitress and her child. Get to the point. The point is that others have noticed. The Italians. The Irish. They see opportunity. That woman and child become leverage. Victor took a drag. I'm here to warn you. You're making yourself vulnerable. Let them try. They will. Is she worth that risk? Yes. Then you're a fool. Maybe. But if anyone comes after them, I'll burn this city down. Victor studied him. You mean that? Every word. Then let me make you an offer. Alliance. You and me. We protect each other's interests. Why help me? Because instability is bad for business. Wars cost money. What's the price? 10% of your import revenue. Access to your routes. 5%. No routes, but priority warehouse space. 7%. 6. Final offer. Victor extended his hand. Deal. They shook. One more thing, Victor said. That letter. It was deliberately redirected to your shipment. Someone wanted you to find it. Who? I don't know, but find out why. Victor walked away, disappeared into fog. Dae-jung stood alone, mind racing. Someone had manipulated him. But who? His phone rang. Tai-il. Voice urgent. Boss, major problem. Someone tried to enter the building, dressed as delivery driver. We stopped him. When we questioned him, he swallowed cyanide. Professional assassin. Suicide pill. That's not random, Dae-jung said. Someone's targeting them specifically, with serious resources. Double security. I'm moving them to my penthouse tonight. Are you sure? Do it. They'll be safer there. What about her? She won't like this. I'll handle it. Dae-jung drove fast through empty streets. Professional killer, cyanide pill. The letter deliberately redirected. Someone was using them to get to him. He reached his building, paced, waited. At 1:30 a.m. his door opened. Tai-il entered, face grim, then Simone carrying Amara. Her expression was terrified, furious, betrayed. What's happening? She demanded. These men showed up with guns. Said we had to leave. What the hell is going on? You're in danger. Someone tried to get to you tonight. Professional killer. I had to move you. Her eyes went wide. Because of you? Yes. You promised. You looked me in the eye and lied. I know. Sorry. We could have died. Amara started crying. Mama, I'm scared. Simone held her tight. You need to let us go. Somewhere you'll never find us. No, that makes you more vulnerable. We're vulnerable because of you. She was right. His selfishness had done this. I'll fix this, I promise. Your promises mean nothing. Tears streamed down her face. You made me believe, made her believe. I won't let anyone hurt you. You already have. She looked around the penthouse. This is your real world, not soup and drawings. This. Both are my world now. Then let us go. I can't. Not until I eliminate the threat. How long? Are we prisoners now? He had no answer. Amara pulled away, looked at him with tears streaming. I thought you were going to be my dad, but you're just scary like everyone else. The words destroyed him. Amara ran. A door slammed. Simone followed without looking back. Dae-jung stood alone, the wreckage of what could have been. He walked to the window, his empire, his curse. He'd found something real, and destroyed it in one night. Behind him, a door opened. Simone appeared. She cried herself to sleep, kept asking why you lied. I never wanted this. But it happened, because you couldn't stay away. You're right. I was selfish. Then fix it, let us go. I told you. You won't let us go because you don't want to, because you've decided we belong to you. That's not fair, isn't it? She stepped closer. You came into our lives, made us fall for you. Now we're trapped. I love you, both of you. You can't love us. 5 days, Daijung. Sometimes 5 days is enough. Her eyes filled with tears. I wanted to believe that, a guardian angel, but you're not an angel. You're dangerous. Being with you means my daughter grows up surrounded by violence. I can leave that world. Walk away from everything. She looked at him sharply. What? I'll leave the business, all of it, for you, for her. You can't. I can, I will. And your people. Your responsibilities? Tae-il can take over. Simone crossed to him. Don't make promises you can't keep. Not again. I mean it. You say that now, but tomorrow, you'll resent us. Never. She touched his face. I want to believe you, but I'm terrified. So am I. They stood there, two broken people. Stay tonight, Daejung said. Let me keep you safe. Tomorrow, we'll figure out the rest. And if I want to leave, I'll take you wherever you want, but please give me a chance to fix this. Simone closed her eyes, took a breath. One chance. That's all. That's all I need. She nodded and walked back to the guest room. Daejung stood alone. His kingdom, his curse. He pulled out his phone, texted his mother. Uma, I think I'm in love. And I'm terrified I'll destroy it. Her response, love is always terrifying, my son, but it's the only thing worth being afraid of. Don't run from it. He read it 3 times. Tomorrow, he would start dismantling his empire. Tonight, he would stand guard. That little girl had asked Santa for a father, and Kang Daejung was going to be worthy of that wish, no matter what it cost. The meeting happened at 4 p.m. Daejung walked into a neutral warehouse. 5 families sat around a table. Italians, Russians, Irish, Chinese, his Korean faction. Victor smiled coldly. Kang, brave of you. Marco Santini leaned back. We heard you've gone soft. I'm here to make a proposal. I'm stepping down. Silence exploded. What? Tae-il looked shocked. I'm leaving permanently. Tae-il takes over. You'll work with him as you worked with me. Marco laughed. You think we'll just accept that? You will, because I'm offering my territory, my roots, my connections, split evenly among you. The room erupted. Victor raised his hand. Silence fell. And what do you get? Safety, for my family, complete immunity. Nobody touches them, ever. Break that deal, and I come back. And when I do, I'll burn everything you've built. That's quite a threat, Marco said. It's insurance. I'm giving you my empire. In return, let me walk away in peace. Finn O'Connor spoke. Why should we trust you won't come back? Because I don't want power anymore. I want a life. Victor studied him. You'd give up an empire for a woman and child you've known less than a week. Yes. Then I'm in. He's offering soul connections, Asian shipping networks. That's worth more alive and retired. Chenwei nodded. Agreed. But you leave Chicago entirely. Deal. Give me 2 weeks. Then we're gone. One by one they agreed. They shook hands, signed documents, made it official. When it was done, Daejung stood. The end of one life, the beginning of another. Tae-il followed him outside. His eyes were red. Boss, I don't know what to say. Say you'll take care of our people, build something better. I will. Tae-il's voice cracked. But you deserve this. Happiness. Family. So do you. Find someone. Don't end up alone like I almost did. They embraced. 12 years together. Thank you, Daejung said, for everything. Thank you for showing me what honor means. Tae-il stepped back. Be happy, boss. Daejung drove back to his penthouse feeling lighter. He found Simone and Amara in the living room, drawing together. They looked up. It's done, he said. What's done? Simone asked. Everything. I signed over my businesses, my territory. I'm officially out, retired. Simone stood slowly. You actually did it? Yes, part of the deal is we leave Chicago, start somewhere new. We? Her voice was barely a whisper. If you'll have me, if she'll forgive me. Amara stared at him seriously. You're really not a bad guy anymore? I'm going to try very hard to be a good guy, the kind who deserves to be your dad. Do you promise? Really, really promise? I promise. And this time, I'll keep it. Amara looked at her mother. Silent communication passed between them. Then she walked over slowly. Okay, but you have to prove it. Dae-jung knelt to her level. I will. Every single day. And no more lies. Not ever. No more lies, I swear. Amara studied him, then hugged him, tentatively, then tighter. I still want you to be my dad, even though you messed up. Dae-jung's arms wrapped around her. I messed up big time, but I'm going to be better. Simone joined them. Her arms encircled both. They stood there, 3 broken people choosing to become a family. Where should we go? Simone asked. Seattle or Portland? Somewhere with fresh starts. And good schools, Simone added. And art supplies, Amara said. They laughed, started planning. Building a future. That night, after Amara went to bed, Dae-jung and Simone stood on his balcony, the city spread below. Any regrets? Simone asked. Only that I didn't find you sooner. She leaned against him. You weren't empty. You, Continuar 1427, were waiting. A 7-year-old's letter to Santa. Miracles come in strange packages. They kissed under the stars, 2 souls finding home. The most feared Mafia boss in Chicago had been brought to his knees by a child's letter, and he'd never been more grateful. 6 months later. Portland, Oregon welcomed them with rain and green hills and coffee on every corner. Dae-jung opened a legitimate import business. Korean goods, art supplies, cultural items. He used his soul connections for good this time. The business thrived. Simone went back to school, nursing program. She'd always wanted to help people heal. Amara thrived most of all. New school, new friends, art classes 3 times a week. Her drawings covered their house. They bought a modest house in a quiet suburb, 3 bedrooms, a yard, a garden. It was perfect. One evening, Dae-jung came home to chaos. Simone cooking while helping Amara with homework. Music playing, laughter filling the air. Daddy! Amara ran to him. The word still made his heart skip. Look what I made. A painting. Family portrait. 3 people holding hands. At the bottom, my family, forever and ever. Dae-jung's eyes burned. It's beautiful, sweetheart. I want to hang it in my room. Then that's exactly where we'll put it. That night, after dinner and homework and stories, Dae-jung and Simone sat on their porch. Rain fell softly. Happy? Simone asked. More than I ever thought possible. You deserve it. Best decision I ever made. She tilted her face up. He kissed her. I have something to tell you, she said softly. What? I'm pregnant. The world stopped, then started again. Really? Really? 8 weeks. Dae-jung pulled her close. We're having a baby. Are you happy? I'm beyond happy. Inside, Amara slept peacefully, under her new painting. Somewhere in Chicago, Tae-il ran the operations successfully, everyone thriving. But Dae-jung didn't miss it, because he'd found something infinitely more valuable. He'd found home. And it all started with a letter from a 7-year-old girl to Santa Claus. Dear Santa, please send me a dad. Santa had sent her a monster trying to become a man, and somehow she'd helped him transform. Dae-jung looked at Simone, at the house where his daughter slept, at the life they'd built. Thank you, he said. For what? For giving me a chance, for believing I could change. You didn't just become part of our family, Dae-jung. She placed his hand on her stomach. You completed it. I love you. All 3 of you now. We love you too. Always. That night, he checked on Amara. She slept curled around her stuffed rabbit. Her painting hung above her bed. He adjusted her blanket, kissed her forehead. Thank you for your letter. Thank you for believing in miracles. She stirred, smiled in her sleep. Love you, Daddy. Worth more than any empire. Kang Dae-jung had been a monster. Now he was a father. All because a 7-year-old girl believed in Santa Claus. All because a letter found its way to the right person at the right time. All because sometimes miracles really do happen, even to people who don't deserve them. He closed his eyes and slept peacefully. Just dreams of a future full of art and laughter and love, the best dreams he'd ever had.